This is the joy of this series, I think, is that there are so many different sets and different architectural styles, and Storm's End doesn't disappoint in that respect. The clue is in the title, really. It's at the end of the world, and it's lashed by storm and lightning and wind and rain the whole of the time. So another bleak place to inhabit.
I'm Prince Ucerus Valarian. I bring a message to Lord Boris from the Queen.
We backtracked in so that the scenes leading up to Storm's End would also be shot on the volume or on green screen, so that everything kind of kept an aesthetic piece.
Storm's End was a volume set primarily because there does not exist a castle that looks like Storm's End, outside or in.
We wanted to give those final 10 minutes of the show a particular look.
The eye patch coming off, because that'll give us a good chance to see that moment, then the thing, and then you grab and scoop it down.
When we're producing ancient monuments interiors with stone walls, it's a more tricky element to do convincingly.
You can put a set in that sort of semicircle, and I think the trick there obviously is where you merge reality of a hard set into those screens.
They're just looking through the lens and they're sort of lining up a shot, and you know, the beauty of it is they're able to line up that castle that otherwise wouldn't be there in the frame and really make that a part of their shot composition.
We made the stone throne and we made the benches, and then art department made the structures around the edge. And that was it, really.
And until they put something up there, it's like, is this going to work? Is it going to make sense? And they put an image up there and you stand in the middle and look around and you kind of go, oh, yes, I can see how this is going to work.
Go home, pup. And tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
The key really to Storm's End is not so much what happens inside as what happens outside, which is our first dragon fight.
The dragon fight at the end of season 1 is our big grand finale, and it's the first dragon fight put to film in Game of Thrones, and we had to make it one for the record books. And you care about, I think, the two riders riding on their backs, so it's a drama sequence, but it's also a visual spectacle. And it involves, you know, all of our best tools with all of our best vendors and visual effects and all that all coming together to hopefully make a fantastic sequence.
No, I just told them, you know, make sure it's really good. Don't come back to me unless it is. See you later. I'll be back on Monday.
To hear from me.
You know, I bought these dragon toys to use for the dragon fight, and kind of with my iPhone started to construct and block out what would start to happen.
I was flying them with my hands and he was shooting them, and that's how it all started. It went through a process of first understanding what the evolution of that chase would be and what the characters are going through.
Or maybe get close so that we see
Yeah.
Luke's face looking around.
Yeah.
We look down. Right.
And then how to make it interesting visually.
You think Luke's fighting the storm, and then in this kind of horror movie way, we start to reveal that Vhagar is lurking.
And now down. We're down for a few seconds, and Vhagar.
And then it becomes a dragon chase, a dragon fight.
It's really about getting, you know, a more accurate computer-controlled hydraulic buck that can move faster.
And then you've got quite a lot of roll left to right as well, Dom.
But still safely. It's about finding ways in which you can composite your actors from this buck onto the back of a dragon and it feel believable. It's really about the interaction that these different surfaces have with the wind and the rain.
We spent days shooting the actors for the final battle in the volume on the motion base, and what made it really interesting is we shot it in wind and rain and smoke. This was new to us shooting in the volume. We were all very careful about how we shot in the volume. It's a very expensive space, and so you don't really want to keep covering it in smoke. You don't want to be getting them wet too much either. So that we talked a lot about, you know, how we could do all the physical things that our series demands. We have lots of atmospheric texture. We talked a lot about how to do that in the volume, and I think we overcame a lot of things.
It's so immersive being in the volume, and even with the bookwork, to have the rain machine and the wind machine within it, it really does encourage you to just lose yourself in the moment and in the character.
It was really cool going onto it, being lifted up, because you actually get lifted up and you feel like you're, you know, flying in the sky. It was really great fun.
How does it feel to watch a CG version of yourself?
Oh, no.